Welcome to Business 109. I am Professor Weigel. I will be your tour guide on this journey that we're going to do. I would like to welcome you and let you know what's going on. This video is for the syllabus. I want to go over in more detail. I know it's already 12 pages long and it's very detailed, but there's a lot more to it, and there is a reason behind its being so detailed. So first of all, I'm going to start off, just go line by line. I'll go ahead and put that up on the screen. All right, so we have section 004 is going to be an online class only. Like many of you, I found out a week before the class started that there is no actual class time. So it is going to be a asynchronous class, which means it's not going to be live. So you're going to be stuck with my recordings, which is kind of good. You can fast forward to me and make me speak like a chipmunk. All right. So here's my email address, phone number if you want to call me. Like I said, this is going to be Zoom. My office hours are going to be Thursdays from 5 to 7 p.m. But I am going to have drop-in Zoom for a half hour on Monday and a half hour on Tuesday starting at 9 a.m. And then this Monday, I will not, but Tuesday I will. And then Thursday nights at 10 p.m. After another class that I teach, I will be available live in Zoom. So you'll have plenty of opportunities to meet with me face to face. You can email me at any time and feel free to text me or call me. I usually answer the phone. I do work a real job during the day, so I am generally in bed early at night, so I won't respond to emails after 9 o'clock or probably 8 o'clock. And then if you need an emergency, that's probably not the best thing to do is contact me after hours, but I will respond to emails all day long. All right, so your TA is Weizhu. That's his email address, so you can contact him. You'll be having two sections with him. Those will develop a little bit later in the quarter, and I will let you know what's going on with those because we'll use those to work on your groups, or you can use those, use your TA for more information in case you need something clarified and you don't want or can't get a hold of me, but you should be able to. So pretty much this class is entirely online. Like I said, this is new to me, new to you. And this is the way I'm going to do lectures is I'm going to use the lectures that I did previously in the last 6 different quarters. I will edit them. So if they say there's a due date on a certain thing, or if it was a winter or a fall lecture, don't pay any attention to what the due dates are because they're not going to be the same, but I will update those and make sure that you get those in your announcements and on iLearn. And then I am going to look into something called Discord. A few people have mentioned that. I will see if that's something that will work for us. If not, we'll just continue doing the things that the way we've always done this on iLearn. Okay, so all your course materials will be on iLearn under course materials and on assignments. I'm going to try and post everything by Monday at 9 a.m. And your assignments are going to be due every Friday at midnight. So every other week, you're going to have a mini chapter quiz paper, which is 2 pages, or you're going to have a case study, which is 2 pages. 2 pages is really not a whole lot, so you guys can hammer those out fairly quickly. There is no other way to do this other than giving you papers and having you critically think about what you put into those papers. Just multiple choice is just not going to do it, neither is quizzes. So these are the things that I need you to do in order to do your midterms, your final, and your final project. All right, drop in, I already announced that. Monday, Tuesday, 9 a.m., Thursday, 10 p.m. That's 10 o'clock at night. For you guys, that's probably not late. For me, that's very, very late. Okay. So I'm also available for meetings outside of the schedule. Please email me. My office hours, I'm not going to be there live just waiting for you to show up. You're going to have to email me to make an appointment, but I will make that time available for you. So those will always be available. Drop-ins should always be available. And email me and we will do it, the meeting as needed. Okay, so I put Zoom is my preferable way of meeting, doing a face-to-face meeting. You can call me on the cell phone or however you want to do it. That's fine too. So the syllabus is on iLearn. This lecture or this lecture is going to be posted on iLearn. I posted chapters 1 and 2 on iLearn, and the slides that I use a PowerPoint presentation. The slides are a little bit more detailed, and I go into a little bit more detail than I would normally, only because I'm not there to answer questions and give you direct feedback in real live time. Okay, so I will be using other media. This will link will be to this that I place on YouTube on my channel. So there you go. Okay, course description, you should already know that. That's in your catalog and tells you all about it. Course objectives. The number one thing here we need to learn is critical thinking. Many of you have emailed me already, asked me some questions. And the reason I'm a little vague, and I will continue to be vague in some of my answers, is because you really need to think about what it is and resolve the problem. There's not necessarily a wrong answer or a right answer. In critical thinking, it's how you solve the problem or answer the question. Like I said, there's not going to be a wrong answer. There's not, so just go ahead and do it. And if I don't want you to do it that way, I'll tell you. There's no penalty. So just go ahead and think it out and do what you want to do. And if it's something that I don't want you to do that way, then I will tell you. That's why we're going to have a meeting halfway through this course, is to make sure you don't get on the wrong course, and I will get you back on track. Analyze framework and theories, apply corporate strategic policies. This is a capstone class, so much of this stuff should be reviewed for you. So we will go from there. Develop and implement a strategic plan of action for case studies. All of this leads up to your final case study, which is in the syllabus. Identify competitive analysis and learn how to implement it in a solution strategy. So these are all things that you need to do and need to learn by thinking critically. These are all the talent and skills that you're going to need right after graduation. Many of you say you're very busy right now trying to get a job when you graduate, and you're working on it right now, and these are the things that you're going to need. Understand the importance of ethics, integrity, and doing the right thing, and communicate clearly in writing, verbally to your superiors, peers, and future coworkers. So those two things, I'm not going to be trying to change your ethics. You are who you are. No matter what I say is not going to change that, or how you think or what you think. But I can teach you how to think for yourself. That's the biggest thing. So communicating clearly is the number one thing that I want you to learn or take away from this class, because you're going to have to communicate not only with me, your other professors, you're going to also have to communicate with your peers in your groups, and you're going to have to communicate with your bosses and your coworkers when you do get a job out of here. So there we go. All right, prerequisites, you should know that. Policy on late assignments. Generally, I don't take late assignments. If I do, for some reason, I will take off points. So if you're more than 3 days late, forget it. If you're 1 or 2 or 3 days, late, try and submit it. I'll give you some points, most likely. All due dates are going to be listed on the syllabus, and I think I pretty much got them all, but I will also have a due date on the syllabus, and then on the announcement, and then when I post the assignment, there will be a due date. So you'll have 3 chances for the due dates, and then I'll also do a little reminder every Monday on the little recording that I'm going to post at 9 a.m. All right, so there's no makeups on quizzes, discussions, or extra credit. Okay, cases are assigned from the back of the textbook, so make sure you have them. I already listed them on the syllabus, so you should actually know what the 4 cases or 5 cases are. And then the textbook, if you don't have a third edition, that's fine. Just make sure, there's a typo there. Just make sure that you have a edition that has all of the case studies that we're doing in the back. Okay, class lectures. I will, like I said, rehash my lectures from previous quarters. I will edit them and post them. If they're really bad, I will just redo them. Let me see, handouts, check iLearn and materials, course materials for everything on there. And then the syllabus should be everything that you need. That's why I made it 12 pages long. All right, so these are the things you're going to be graded on: the mini case papers, mini chapter papers, class participation. Quizzes, there's really not going to be any quizzes. Midterm will be the case paper, and final will be a case paper. So those two I will grade, and the final group project I will grade. And I know you don't like doing group projects. I don't like doing group projects, but unfortunately that's part of the demand of this particular class, and that's the way the UCR wants it. So we have to do a group project. 9 to 10 students are going to be in a group. And then the way that I have a TA who's going to help me grade papers, but I will be grading the final group project, the final, and the midterm. So final course grades typically follow the School of Business recommendation grade distribution for the undergraduate elective courses. To set exception, I do grade on a curve, and an A+ starts with the highest score in the class, and then it goes down from there. So anywhere between 1 to 5%, it's usually about 2. 5 to 10%, it's usually, about 7 or 8. So basically the top 12 to 15% get A's of the class. All right. And then final grades serve only to rank students in Business 109. Therefore, there is no indubitably relationship between numeric scores and letter grades. So if you score in the top 90th percentile, that doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to get an A. Grades will be posted throughout the term on iLearn. If you find any problems with your score, you must inform me in 1 week. Okay, if you do not inform me within 1 week, I'm not going to do anything about it. Okay, so grading the mini cases and mini chapter papers. 5 points is excellence, superior, critical thinking, outstanding, publishable. 4 is good, strong, proficient, good quality. Most everybody will score between 4 and 5. So you'll get like a 4.25 or 4.5, 4.75 or 5. Some will score at a 3 or 2 and 1. And if you really just don't put much effort into it, you're not going to get too good of a grade on that. Okay, the mini case papers, like I said, are in the back of the book. They're going to be 2 pages. And I'm going to post the questions on iLearn. I should be able to post them on Monday, between Monday or Wednesday, before they are due on Friday, but I should get them posted on Monday. Okay, so mini chapter papers. Every other week, you're going to have a 2-page paper that is due, and then that will be every Friday at midnight, 11:59. And it will be on a company of your choice that's in the news, some current event, and I want you to relate that company to a concept or something that we're studying in the chapter, or something that you're reading about. And I want you to make a critical correlation between the concept that you're studying and that company and what it's doing. All right. This is when the mini cases are, and this also submission will be 2 pages long for a mini case. Minimum 2 pages long for a mini chapter case, single spaced. Your name will be on the top left. As a header, your title of the assignment will be in the center, top center, and in the far right will have the date on there. I put a template in the in materials, so you can use that. I will give you a warning for the first couple of times, and then after that, I will take off points if it is not formatted correctly. All right, when turning in an assignment, the plagiarism safe sign evaluator on iLearn will be turned on. Any assignment over 15% will be rejected, and you will have to resubmit the assignment. Unfortunately, I don't have a whole lot of say in this, so this is the way it is. Basically, you can argue all you want. I've heard all the arguments. just do not cut and paste. Do not reword exactly the questions and cut and paste them. Answer them correctly like you would in a proper formatted English paper, and you won't have any problems. 99% of the students don't have problems with this. I do have a few students every quarter who do have problems, so you're going to need to redo the way you are used to doing papers. No cutting, no pasting. Okay, your discussion section on iLearn, that's up to the TA. You're probably not going to have a really too much to do on that. Unfortunately, that's just the way it goes with the way the classes are this quarter. So the midterm, we're going to have a case study, and that will be everything up until chapter 7 on the book, all the concepts, the frameworks, and whatnot. And the paper will be a take-home paper administered on iLearn and will be turned in online. So I will do an assignment for that on iLearn, and you'll turn it in that way. Final exam will be exactly the same way. So generally in the past, you ask me how many pages, or the students will ask me how many pages, and it depends on how many pages it takes to answer the questions. In general, they're anywhere between 5 pages and 7 to 8 pages. So they are designed to be not that difficult. You just have to do a little bit of research, and you have to actually put a lot of critical thinking into them. Okay, so if you need to take the midterm other than the scheduled time, you need to contact me beforehand. This way, there won't be any confusions or anything. So let me see on my notes. Okay. And then make sure you submit your papers and your projects correctly on iLearn. Last quarter, I had some problems. Some of the students were having some issues. So make sure that it's submitted and it is taken into account, because there's a little blue pie chart that shows up and it doesn't count your final grades. So it doesn't count your final score in the final grades. So if one of those shows up and you don't fix it, you're not going to get full credit for what you did. Okay. So the reason the syllabus is so long, syllabus is only actually about 4 pages long. What's long is the final group project and everything that I put into that, and tell you about the final group project. Like I said, I know final group projects are not our favorite thing. It's not mine either, but it is a requirement of this class, and that's how UCR made it. So you'll be able to pick your own groups. You'll keep, it'll be 9 to 10 students. You will make a meeting with me, and it is mandatory. If you do not meet with me, you will not pass this class. The reason I do that is because a lot of times the students will be on the wrong track. They won't completely understand what the assignment is, and they'll start working on it. And before you get too far down the road doing the wrong thing, I want to make sure you're on the correct course. Okay, so that will be one meeting that you'll have with me, all of you in your group, if possible. I know it's sometimes hard, especially with everybody being everywhere and working and all that other stuff. So preferably, I'd like to do it during my office hours, but I will make special arrangements so we can do it what's most convenient and where most members can meet together. All right, you should have your groups formed by the second week of the quarter. Anyone not in a group at this point will be assigned a group. I will post a shared document so everybody can put their groups in there. And then the TA will take care of the groups and put them all together and do everything. The company we're going to do is a fictitious company called Cascade Ceramics Company. And it's going to be a consulting project is what you're going to do for your final project, team project. The paper is going to be about 50 pages long, which roughly is only about 5 pages per person. So don't freak out. It's really not that much. And plus, you're going to put graphs, you're going to put pictures, you're going to put all kinds of good stuff in there. So it's really not that many pages. All right. So relax. I am very particular on how you do this paper. It'll be the executive summary is one of the most important parts of the paper, and the executive summary goes after the table of contents, by the way, and a lot of people get that confused. And the executive summary is going to be I'm going to read your executive summary, and if I was an actual person that you're writing that for, if that like didn't meet my needs or what I was looking for, I would spend all of not even a minute looking at it and then throw it in the trash and go on to the next one. But since I'm your professor, I'm going to read the whole thing and grade you on it. So just to let you know, what I'm looking for is going to be, I'm going to be the president of CCC. So you're going to be writing this paper as a business person to another business person, not an academic report. And here I put down all the specifics of how I want the report written and in the font, the size, and all that other good stuff. All right, the paper will be turned in electronically. You will be graded on this project from how you use the concepts, theories, and applications you learned in our class, and how you apply this information from this class is equally important. How you strategically evaluated the problem and your recommendations to the president of CCC, who will be me, and how you solve these problems. Okay, there will be no free rides as your group members will be grading you, and I will include this report in factoring your participation grade and your final group report grade. So your individual grade can be lower than your group grade, and I've done that several times, so don't test me on this. I will give you a lower, completely lower grade. I've even given a person a 0 because they did absolutely nothing, and they got a 0 on their final group project. I will drop the person's grade if 3 people in that group give them a low percentage on participation, and they will actually make some comments. So just be aware that everybody's expected to pull their own weight. Everybody's expected to contribute, and we should have a really good time doing this. I will not accept any late group projects, no exceptions. Okay, and then I will let you know a little bit more as the term progresses. I will put some papers, some other things on iLearn about how to do that and what I expect from that. And I also mention that in my lectures that I'm going to post for you every Monday. Okay, so basically this gives you all the details of the company, what it's about, what it's supposed to, what I'm expecting from you on it. And it explains everything. So I'm not going to read it to you. I'm going to let you look at it, read it, and then your group will have to discuss it. And there are some parameters in here, things you can do, things you can't do. And the case problem, so create a sustainable revenue stream. That's exactly what you need to do. The deliverables are new ceramics product, 12-month time frame for a positive cash flow, a 5-year plan, and then a long-term plan. And this tells you exactly what I'm expecting out of it. Okay. Integrity statement, you guys have all read this before. It's been in every one of your classes. School of Business shouldn't look any different than what you've seen in every other class that you've had on the syllabus. All right, so some of these are, some of this is a suggestions that might help you this semester. Take it or leave it, I don't care. I'm just trying to help you guys out. I know a lot of you should have some pretty good study habits by now, but here we go. Create a study spot dedicated for your work. Design a schedule for yourself. Try and keep on a schedule. I know it helps me. Check your Blackboard, iLearn email accounts daily for updates and information. Yes, I will be sending announcements out. Those should go directly to your email. If they don't, then you need to check your Blackboard account consistently, at least every day. There are some free internet. There's some companies out there, I think Comcast and Verizon have free internet programs for students. So contact them if you need some better, more reliable internet. It only lasts, I think, for a quarter at a time. And all of you being seniors, I know that's kind of a little bit too little and too late. Okay, there are plenty of resources and faculty. If you have problems, let your professors know. Let me know, email me. The quicker you email me, the more that I'll be understanding. If you wait until the last final project and tell me that you're having difficulties, I'm going to be very upset and not be very sympathetic. You know, I've dealt with it all, you know, everything from students, parents passing away, you know, being in jail, all kinds of stuff. So I'm not unsympathetic about that. So just call me, email me, let me know what's going on. Here are some resources for you. They give out free food at the school and all this other great stuff. Mental health resources, case management, care program, basic needs, student recreation center is back online, I believe now. Staying positive, try to stay positive. And the survey, this is worth 10 points, so I suggest you do it. If you don't, you're just going to be 10 points behind everybody else. That's pretty much all I have to say about that. Okay, so the dates are on here, the dates that are due. I will, the first external environments, mini case chapter paper is due on 4/2, which is a Friday at 11:59, and so forth and so on. So all of these will be here. If I update anything, I will be sure to send it in the announcements. And then if you have questions about anything on this video that I made for you, please email me and I will get back to you. I may not always give you the answer that you're looking for. I may want you to think about it. I may, if you're still having difficulties, keep emailing me and I will definitely direct you in the right direction. All right. So again, email me if you have questions and I will be available live in 3 different time zones or 3 different times. All right.